Hey,
Hey,
I'm so sorry that I wasn't able to get through to that meeting. That thing was so frustrating.
I know I
Yeah.
had a really hard time getting on it too. I couldn't get it to work on my computer. I had to use my phone.
Oh, yeah. Like, I don't even know, like, why they even use Adobe anymore. But anyway,
I know
uh,
it was really frustrating. The Google Hangout is actually easier. Like it's easier to screen share and it's free and like it's better. I
only
like it. I don't know
2 minutes to go in instead of 20.
why. Yeah. So I asked her about our introduction. Like I said, it was kind of confusing because like we haven't done it yet and we were like writing it as if we had, and she was like, "Yep, that's the idea." And so I read to her like some of the things that we had written out, and she said that it sounded good. She said the only thing that she wants us to be careful of is like if we do exercises with the couples to not do like feedback afterwards with them really, because she said that it kind of gets on like a therapeutic level, and she said like that can become really uncomfortable because sometimes like she said especially if the couple's like struggling that they can be
Hmm.
like, oh, well, like she said, let's say you're doing some exercise where you're doing like the five love languages, or maybe you're doing exercises where you're learning about like the four horsemen of the apocalypse. She's like, you're doing this exercise, and then afterwards you're like, so how did that go? And one of them's like, oh, well, she spoke
Yeah.
over me like she always does. And she's like, I find that people who are struggling are really like too open sometimes and overshare. And she was like, that can just become really uncomfortable. And she's like, you guys aren't really trained for like how to deal with that yet. And she was like, I would just avoid doing like the feedback sort of thing like too heavily anyways, like she said, if you want to give them something where they can sort of like introspectively reflect on it like within themselves, and that might be something like, you know in your journal tonight, maybe like write about how you think this went and kind of think about like how your role in it was or something like that, but to not really like offer feedback, and don't ask them to really reflect on it too much because she said it can just get too crazy. So, but she said that like the formatting was exactly what she wanted. She wanted like headings and subheadings, and she wanted she said it was really professionally written, and she thought it sounded good. So, um, you were there when she talked about getting our participants. So she said that was good. I'm trying to think what else she said. I should have taken notes, but I was like trying to juggle my phone and my computer. What else did she say? She said that it's pretty much up to us, like when we get started on the second couple, but like everything, all of our plans have to be like in writing. Pretty much she wants to see like everything we're going to say practically in writing. So like when we get our learning goals set up, she wants us to like start planning our like lessons with them, and to like make everything out like in an outline, and even like our introduction. She wants us to like if we're going to introduce ourselves and give like a little background on us, like she even wants to see that because she said sometimes people will like overshare in that and it's like not really appropriate. And so she wants to see like exactly basically what we're going to say, and obviously like if there's some wavering from it slightly, that's okay, but she wants to see like a pretty solid outline of what we have in mind. And she said that will also give her an idea of like how long it's going to be just based on the amount of material we have.
Okay. So kind of like a script of what's going to happen
Yeah.
when we're talking with the participants.
Yes. I mean, I get the feeling she doesn't just want like a simple outline. Like, let's say that we were going to be teaching like the four horsemen of the apocalypse. Like, I wouldn't, I wouldn't say like, an outline where it just said like introduction, and then like teaching of the material, the four horsemen of the apocalypse, and then you gave like a brief, description of it. Like, I think she wants it to be definitely more like typed out. Like she wants you to write introduction and then like a script of like what you're gonna say, and then like teaching material, and then
That
like
makes
write out what you're gonna say. Because I think she said that she has to approve like everything basically. Oh, she also said that we both need to be there anytime we're interacting with the clients, we both have to be there, which I thought was the case anyways, but just to be clear.
We both have to be where?
When we're meeting with our participants, we both have to be there. It's not like an option to not be there. So that's good to know.
You'll be like, Chantal, you take care of this. I'm just
gonna go. Yeah.
Okay. And then how do you want to do the meeting with the participants? Do you want to be in charge of the first one and then I take notes? Or do you want us to do it the other way
around? Maybe I'll let you do the first one just because I know them a little bit better than I do the other ones. And so I think maybe if you're the lead on that, it might be better. Like she's not, like I said, she's not like a close friend or anything. I wouldn't sign her up if she were a close friend, but she's sort of a friend of the family. She's like, her mom and my stepmom have been friends for a long time, and we used to live near them, but it's been a long time. She's probably, I think, 5 or 6 years younger than me. So like, you know, we didn't have any of the same friends. We have, I don't know, we have a few acquaintances in common. We're really more like Facebook friends than anything. You know, she lives out of state and I haven't seen her in a long time, but you know, like we have a history there because I've known her for a long time. So I think it might be better for you to do the intake on that one since you don't know her as well as I do, if that makes sense.
Okay.
And then the other person, he actually was a missionary in our area like a few years ago. And so I don't really know him very well, but I'm Facebook friends with him because, you know, I'm Facebook friends with a lot of the missionaries who served in our area. And I, you know, follow him on there, and I saw he was married, and I knew he was an BYU Idaho student. And I mentioned to my husband that I was still trying to find participants, and he was like, you should like look at some of our old missionaries that used to be in the area. And because he's like, I know a lot of them had just recently gotten married. And I was like, oh my gosh, I should ask this guy Kellen because like he's a BYUI student and, you know, he just got married, and he was like super excited to be a part of it. So, but like, I don't really know him very well at all, just like on a missionary level, you know, but obviously he's kind of in a different place in his life now. So he's like perfect.
Awesome. That's great. I'm really, really excited to meet those people and just to like get this going, like, you know?
Yeah, me too. I'm glad that we're like on it, you know, we're getting on it quickly. I was really nervous about this project because I'm like, oh man, I have to have a partner, and like, you never know how reliable people are going to be, but I've been like super happy with how reliable you've been, and you've been like willing to meet up and like in constant communication. And so I'm really excited about it.
Thank you so much. And thank you for all the hard work you're putting into everything. Yeah. And just to confirm with regards to the intake summary, for the meeting that we're going to have, so just one moment, I wrote down the time so that they could work out in my time.
Mm-hmm.
Are we going to, do you want to meet, do you want us to do the thing that Sister Beale is saying? So basically, like the whole thing of what's going to happen, or are you going to write it down as we're speaking to the client? Or do you want me to give you an outline of how, I don't even know what I'm trying to say, but
I think
do we need an outline on what we're going to say, or like to meet maybe like 5 minutes before we meet with the people, and then go ahead and do the intake, or
so it sounds like the intake is already written up. Like she said, let me go to our content here on our page, our Faml 445 page. But it sounds like there's already like a format, you know, like of questions that we're going to ask. And so then we'll just need to like record their responses. So let's see, week 4. It's probably in week 4, right? Portfolio. I haven't gone to that yet to look at it. Family relations.
Someone's knock. Who's knock?
Yeah, there's a form. There's already a form, so I can screen share it with you in a second when it pops up. Do you have anybody there today to help you with your kids? This is like kind of stressful having meeting after meeting.
Yeah, my husband is here. Shane,
Oh, good.
he's yeah.
I locked my kids out. I'm in my bedroom and I locked the door and my mom got up with them and she's watching them.
Yeah.
Here it goes. Okay. Let me screen share this with you.
But I, on the most part, they'll be with him.
I'm going to screen share this with you so you can see the, here it is.
Oh, is that the one okay, I remember the one that we use for each other?
Yes, so I think she said that it's the same. There'll just be like, we'll have follow-up questions probably, like just like we had with each other. We'll probably have some follow-up questions. I know like on my intake that I did with you, she said that even like a little bit more background would have been better. Oh, that's kind of crazy looking. I'm going to turn off the screen share. Stop screen sharing. Here we go. Like she said, she wished I would have asked like how long you dated before you got married and like, more about your history, personal history with your husband. And so that was good feedback to when we are doing our intake to ask more about their personal history with each other.
Oh, okay. Especially since we're doing a couple, it would be helpful to know like their story and how they met and then because it's a couple, obviously we find ways of separating the two, but also keeping them as a whole as well.
Yeah, I'm not sure if she wants us to separate them or not. She probably wants us to keep it together, but I don't know. You could ask her about it.
Okay. Not a problem. So I just need a little bit of time to get ready for the next meeting.
Oh yeah, no problem. We've got about 15 minutes.
Yeah. So the other meeting that we're having, I know that we had like a list of questions that we needed to answer. Do we need to post those anyway, or are those just to help us to prepare for the meeting?
It looks like we need to post them on our discussion board. Like, okay. I think that we need to post our outline on the discussion board.
Okay. So just the answers to the questions. So the questions about like the family life education and the different types of approaches.
So she said that like the reflection questions that she's been posting have been more like just to help us create an outline. So she doesn't want it to be like just answers to the question. She wants us to create more of like an outline that's formatted like a resume sort of thing, where it's like heading and then description. And it sounds like to me like she doesn't really want us to just be like, regurgitating back what we read. She wants us to sort of be more like applying it. Like, how does this apply to the practicum? How is this going to help me in my career? Like, how am I going to use this information sort of thing? So, and she said it doesn't have to be like, super long or anything. She just wants to see that we put effort into it, really. So like a page to a page and a half, I think was what was recommended. But so yeah, so like I've been doing it as I've been reading. I've been like just jotting down things that I thought would be something that I would use, in the practicum specifically. And then later I just go back and like type up a little thing about it, and like I can show you my outline. I think I have it up here. There's the reflection questions. Let me screen share this with you real quick. Sorry, I know you need to get going. Where did I left my mouse in the other room, so it's like trying to work with my thing here. So like here's mine. So like the 8 P's of social marketing, and then I talk about product, that I think this is important to make sure we are putting out a quality product. Not only is it important for the betterment of society and for our clients, but because if our efforts are unsuccessful due to the quality of the product, this will make people less likely to rely on other sources of family life education in the future. And then like there's other parts where I talked about like this one, how do our participants want to receive the FLE information? I said this is something we need to be asking our participants in the practicum. Do they want 4 1-hour sessions, or they prefer 2 2-hour-long workshops? This is something we need to know so we can help them be engaged in the process, you know? Like, so trying to apply the reading. Oh.
Okay. That sounds awesome. Thank you so much.
Yep. All right. Well, I'll see you in just 10 minutes.
See you soon. Bye.
Okay. Bye.